Greetings, dear suckers. My name's Joe Bob, and I'm very peeved. And welcome back to Disco Elysium. Last time we gave away our hat and then got it back because the game, I guess, didn't consider the possibility that we'd get rid of it. And so it didn't actually bother to have any kind of check on the conversation that led to me getting the hat. If only she had an actual model that changes based on what hat you give her, we'd match. That'd be pretty neat. But sadly, Disco Elysium. Anyway, let's go talk to these bozos, who are probably on a lot of drugs.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
Yo.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
What? Huh. Hi there, Rick Sanchez. What are you doing here?
It's safe to assume this is their leader, or at least he thinks he is.
Yeah, he tends to.
Sorry, we barely have room for one.
He points his thumb at the lieutenant.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
Okay, I think I might be older than you, Kim, but sure.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
Fair enough, then.
I'm sure you will feel right at home.
Hey, fuck
I'll
you!
keep watch.
He gestures for you to squeeze in. Alright, what den of degeneracy is this, then? Oh. Smells like sweat and laundry detergent, plus a trace of ether. Canisters filled with what appears to be water. The label says distilled. Distilled what? Distilled evil. That's what. A pile of nasal sprays. Brand name Nosafed Ultra. Okay. A speaker. The big kind they use for live music, as opposed to dead music. Yo.
You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hi. Oh, okay. I stand corrected. I was misled by the image. You're not Rick Sanchez. You're Lisa Simpson. Okay.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you too, Lisa.
There is definitely something futuristic about his hair. Aggressively so. You get the sense that this is what the future will look like.
Somehow I don't believe you, conceptualization.
Imbecilic. Yes, should the future ever come, it will look deeply imbecilic, like this guy.
Okay, fair enough. Maybe you're right about that part.
His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
Confidence in what?
This is my posse, Noid.
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
Hopefully he's not annoyed at me.
An egghead. Egg!
The tape player high above his head continues to blast what is probably anodic music. Egg. Okay. What are you, a Pokemon from the anime?
Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
Oh? How many music venues have you organized?
We have many in the pipeline, officer.
That's a 0 then. Why are you here?
You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Also for talent.
What the fuck is that goddamn image? I assume that's Egghead, although only by process of elimination.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Have you tried fake estate?
Place is a shithole.
No arguments there.
I apologise for my friend Noit's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
I'll bet. Was there something you wanted? Your friend Estelle said there was a problem with the church.
Ah, so you've met her. Good.
He nods.
Yeah, it's a matter of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
Narcomania. What a term. I think I can guess what it means. And yes, I have more or less noticed that.
An attempt to pander to your perceived conservative sensibilities. No person his age would ever use a word like narcomania with a straight face. Don't fall for it.
Wasn't planning on it. Enough histrionics. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the church, and I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dopeheads. Burnouts.
He angrily spits on a screw and starts cleaning it. Yes, thank you for your very useful interjections, Egghead annoyed.
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that, in Revachol.
Strike that. The word.
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts holed up in there were the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are. Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
Am I? I feel like you may be laying this on a bit thick. What's really so bad about these dopeheads and burnouts?
They're spooky.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean? Spookiness is not a matter for police investigation.
You know, officer, you really should judge that for yourself. But keep in mind, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge.
That's not particularly helpful.
Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse.
Glad I had subtitles for that, or I might think he said that they don't eat the building, which would be a very odd thing for him to say. I mean, eating it would be the sort of thing that would cause it to collapse, not the opposite.
People just wanna spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
Thank you, Egghead.
Yes, thank you, Egghead.
So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
Sure, okay. It's not like I have anything better to do than investigate some vague bullshit. It's not like I've got a fucking murder to solve or anything. Sure. I'll look into it. Tell me more. Tell me more. Like, did he have a car?
All right, man.
He claps his hands enthusiastically.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously.
Oh shit.
The whole tent is. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
Alright, what's the status of the church? I haven't gotten inside the building yet.
I asked Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. A padlock. It's a temporary fix. Just something to contain the situation.
Wait, does that mean that they're locked in there? That's concerning.
I had to do it in an hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
That should be another inaccuracy in the subtitles. How long have those people been locked in there?
Not long. Like a week, maybe?
He shrugs. How can you be sure they haven't starved to death?
I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive.
Oh, that's comforting.
Somewhere in the ruinous past that led you here, there was something called exams. You may have learned the term involuntary manslaughter there.
Andre, do you know what involuntary manslaughter means?
Yes, I do. I listen to Channel 8 all the time. I know about crime stuff, and I assure you, officer, this is not what's happening here. I'm at least 80% sure they're alive. I mean, come on. Most people aren't ever that alive in their entire lives.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. What does anything mean, really?
He pauses to think. Oh, spare me.
Oh, yeah.
He looks at his friend with an expression of profound understanding. The more I see the word profound used, the more convinced I am that it really just means something that's kind of just shut down your brain and stopped you from actually processing it. Sounds like nonsense.
You're right. It is nonsense. Total garbage. I knew you'd see through it. You're one smart cop.
Then why did you say it in the first place?
It feels good to be the smart cop, doesn't it? That's a good cop to be. Has a nice ring to it. Smart cop. You wouldn't want to be stupid cop, now would you? But still, maybe he's just sucking up to you.
No shit, Volition. You can stop buttering me up now, thank you.
Oh, okay.
He nods his bleached, spiked head.
I won't do that anymore.
Alright, what about the key?
Of course. Noid, give the officer the key.
He's lost the key, hasn't he?
All right.
Oh, no. The speed freak dips into his belt pack and produces a yellow key. He then makes a sudden, cool infused move, tossing it in your general direction. Action speed, medium 10, be the cool cop. Catch the key as it flies toward you, or let it fall to the ground, then pick it up, like a normal adult person. Pah. You know what? Fuck it, we ball.
You sense the trajectory of the little piece of metal and plastic. The object makes a small ringing sound as it approaches. Just the tiniest chime to your left.
Catch it.
Ka-ching! The key hits your palm. The speed freaks nod to you approvingly.
Bask in the glory, or thanks man, play it cool. Yeah. Fuck basking in the glory. I am the glory.
The speed freak nods to you. A respectful nod. You proved something here.
Fuck yeah. Right, other questions.
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it.
Who exactly are these people inside the church?
Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses.
You haven't even seen them and you want the police involved?
Well, there's also the machinery.
He leans in for emphasis.
This machinery is of the deeply mystical variety.
Sure, okay.
When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it.
That does sound concerning.
Andre, tell him about the feeling.
Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
No, the other one.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
For this man, even regular silence is awful enough. But that was something greater.
But you haven't physically seen anyone.
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. A couple of times. And we felt someone, or something, eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
The woman? Red hair maybe? A lorry woman?
Sure, why not? Yeah.
But not really. Brown hair. Old. Heavy, dark sides.
So which one is it?
What Noid said.
Okay.
Ruby's gone. The woman is someone else.
Unless she dyed her hair and made herself look older. Yeah, it's probably someone else.
You have to see for yourself. These people are not reliable.
Yeah, no shit, Volition. What about that something watching you?
Like you aren't alone, you know?
It wasn't quite human, if you know what I mean.
I don't, actually.
Not human, as in a ghost. Do you know what he means?
Oh, I don't think so.
It was this dark shape climbing upside down along the ceiling, like some kind of crabman.
Yeah, I certainly had no idea about a crab man. A crab man? What does that even mean?
Yeah, you know, the way it was climbing up and around the ceiling, like a crab.
No, I don't know, actually.
It was stalking a cell, exhibiting ambush behaviour.
That does sound concerning.
Odd. Crabs are usually marine creatures, and not known for climbing walls.
Yeah, no shit. Are you sure there was a crab man?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't personally see it. Estelle was alone that time, but I believe her. If she comes out running and says there's a crab in there, there's a crab in there.
Okay.
So he hasn't even been in there lately. Is he afraid?
No shit, he's afraid.
You should ask her about it, but be nice. Don't tell her you don't believe in the crab.
The implications of this are too numerous to consider. Proceed with caution. Learn all you can before entering that dark building.
I'm trying.
There probably is no crab man. Don't let them draw you in with this nonsense.
Yeah, no shit, Logic. Of course there's not a crab man. But there's probably something in there. I mean, it could just be one of them high off their gourd, but... Can you tell me more about this machinery?
You should talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably, very likely.
So how can you be sure they're burnouts and dope heads if you haven't even seen them?
Well, honestly, I can't. But I am.
Thanks, that's very helpful, Andre.
This is a below feeble attempt at avoidance. Basically, he is attempting to weaponize idiocy.
Wow, you can't, but you do. I should add weaponized idiocy to my own repertoire.
Hey now, I'm 70% sure they're substance abusers.
He furrows his brow. Where the fuck are you even getting these percentages? Probably not by some Bayesian calculation, that's for sure.
Don't let all that technology fool you. Where do you think the drugs come from?
He makes little quotation marks with his fingers when he says technology. Alright, let's talk about something else.
Sure. What?
You mentioned some kind of ecclesiasts own the church. Who are these ecclesiasts?
Oh yeah, that's a Meteoran name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
Okay.
If you don't know what the founding party is, there might be a way to mask it with minor demagoguery.
I guess. Is that a good idea, though? Also, I think I do know what they are. But anyways, before we go on, what do you mean by Meteoran?
You know, of Meteo. Concerning Meteo.
Thanks, that's very helpful. Meteo?
Meteo, a country, on Muindi.
He looks at you, squinting his eyes to see if you're kidding.
On the Muindi Isla.
One of the poorest of the first world nations today, but once a great ancient civilization. Capital, Tilakos by Percentic.
Thanks, Encyclopedia. You couldn't have chimed in a little earlier. Oh, the founding party. I do know them, but can you refresh my memory? Sure, okay.
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know. I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organization.
And
they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pericanassian church. Plus, they anoint the innocents. They, like, made the innocentic system, no?
they sound like exactly the kind of people who would want loud, anodic music in their church.
You're right, they do.
He says, without the slightest hint of irony.
The Pericanassian church is about love. And Nordic music is about love. I got love for my Pericanassian posse. Love is the relay out of death. We dance.
He violently shakes the tape player, as if to see if he can break it.
Love is hardcore.
Unity!
Unity!
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse!
He turns the volume up, then looks at you with a knowing nod, as if it's obvious you will now break into dance. Sure. Do you even have any idea what you're talking about? Because I certainly don't. I don't quite understand what you're talking about. What's a posse?
Your posse's like your people, man! Like you got your cup posse, you look out for each other and you party together. That's a posse.
And where is your posse, detective? Nothing comes to you. The world is silent.
It sounds like you're just saying random things. Love, posse, make noise.
Are we?
He looks at you mysteriously. Yes. Yes, you are.
Yeah!
The one with the large head really enjoys it when his friend gets mysterious. Oh, I thought you were saying yeah, as in, yeah, we are saying random things. I guess love can be pretty hardcore. Yeah, you would know, Harrier. You would know.
Oh yeah, it can!
He's coming around. You're getting it.
He nods at his friend, then turns to you with a mischievous grin. You're right. How could the founding party be anything but enthusiastic? Dance music is about love, and so is the Pericarnacian Church.
Yeah! Yakokata! The place to be!
I have no idea what that means.
He seems ecstatic that you share his vision of Pericarnacianism.
Do it for the masses! Do it for the crew!
His friend forms a fist with a screwdriver still in his hand, approvingly so.
I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise. Anyway, you got more questions?
Don't think I did, but okay.
The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head, waiting for your body to start moving. You feel like you could go for a little disco when, or if they get this club going. You've got it in you.
Okay. I wanted to ask you about this tent full of equipment.
Yes. What?
I see you brought your own water.
Yeah. Good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even has running water.
And it's distilled, too.
Oh,
He doesn't know what to say.
it's the one they sell at the fuel station.
It's like he's lying to you, my liege. But he's slippery enough that there's nothing for you to grab hold of.
Curious. Hate to tell you, but it reeks of sweat in here.
It does, doesn't it?
Told you we have a smell problem.
Wait, I also smell ether. Why?
Ether? I don't
Oh,
smell
ether.
ether. Do you, Noid?
No,
It's mixed with a peculiar chemical scent, like laundry detergent.
He sniffs the air, then shrugs. It doesn't take a forensic scientist to guess it's drug-related.
Indeed.
They look and act like the kind of guys who've done their fair share. However, their breathing is regular, their jaws stay put, and their pupils aren't dilated. So, not under the influence right now. At least, not under the influence of stimulants. That doesn't rule out hallucinogens, benzos, some depressants. How do you know all this?
Experience, probably. Experience on both ends of it, I imagine. What's with all the nosafed? I think I can guess.
The what now?
He leans in to hear you better. Point at the bottles of nasal spray in the corner. The Nosafed Ultra. You have a lot of it lying around.
Oh, the old Ultra. We,
Well?
He's like an actor, looking to the souffleur for his line.
I have a major sinus infection, stuffy nose. We all do. Shit's all blasted up. Winter. Can't even breathe.
You sound fine to me.
Yes, that's all Nosafed's doing. Without the Noser, I'd be drowning in shit right now.
He nods energetically. I'll bet.
Nosafed is the shit.
Can I have some? I have some nose problems too.
Sure. Here you go, officer. The Noser. Blast away.
He picks one up from the corner and hands it to you. Alright, score 1 Nosafed. Cool. Probably won't need it. But hey, if I lose 9 health before I find the next Nosafed, it might just save my life. Alright, enough of this.
He nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
Maybe everything isn't quite as you've been told. No! Take a moment to analyze. Unexplained ether smell, unexplained Nosafed, headphones were sold. That's +3, that's a decent chance. Let's...
As always, we'll be right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah!
That's not at all what it says here, but okay. Well, I got a point to put into logic, but let's see. What logic clothing do I have? I'm sure I have some somewhere. +1 logic there. +2 logic, ooh! I'd be losing 2 encyclopedia for the logic. Ooh! I've got quite a bit, actually. Okay. And where was the other thing? Alright, glasses. There we go, all in one place. Alright, +4 logic. Oh yeah. Star Wars, baby.
Hi again. So,
Oh. Oh, baby. 83%. Now that's a come up.
A number of things don't add up. Let's take a look.
And I... Ooh, it just scraped by, eh? More or less.
How about gather around, kids?
Okay, kids, now gather around.
The young speed freak puts down a busted capacitor and looks at you. The one with the large head seems very enthusiastic about whatever you have planned.
Honestly, he just seems very enthusiastic in general.
Their would-be leader is less amused.
Sometime in the past, I'm not sure when and where, but betrayal was involved. I fell sick and became the shadow you see now. But before that, I have reason to believe I was a police detective. Okay, where is this going?
but you still are.
Indeed. I was good enough in this job to be awarded the rank of Lieutenant Yefrader. I could have been captain. Imagine that.
What happened?
Egghead looks serious, suddenly. Disco happened. Life tore me a new asshole. I did. I happened to myself. It smelled so impossibly sweet.
He doesn't know what to say.
Yeah. Yeah. Now obviously that might as well have been 1,000 years ago, but there's still some detective left in me.
The young speed freak is silent. He senses something is wrong.
Oh yeah. You're sober. Was it hard for you to keep sober for this meeting?
We don't need drugs to be hardcore.
Shut the fuck up, Egg.
Maybe not today, Egg. But you need drugs to get through the days when you're not expecting me.
Climb down from the equestrian monument, cop man. Consciousness is new to the universe. We all have our ways to ease the shock.
Bottom line is, I know.
What exactly is it you know?
He sounds confrontational. I'll bet. This isn't the makings of a club. It's a tent full of laboratory equipment. For manufacturing drugs.
I have no idea how you arrived at that conclusion, but it's wrong. Look, we even have speakers.
One speaker. You have one.
One speaker. They have one speaker.
Yes, exactly. Where is his friend? Did he lose his friend?
What do you mean, friend?
The other speaker. You have only one.
It's a one-speaker system. It's monodynamic. You wouldn't know the first thing about sound reproduction in anodic music. Other speaker.
Monodynamic, I'll bet.
This may be the brain damage talking, but you've definitely never heard of monodynamic or one-speaker systems.
Indeed. You have no headphones. Wouldn't Estelle need her headphones to spin tape?
What do you know about spinning tape? Nothing.
I know you pawned them, likely for lab equipment and drug ingredients.
I'm sorry, but there is no lab equipment and no drug ingredients.
You sure about that? That Nosafed is here for its active ingredient.
He said it was for his nose. What more do you want?
Oh, I want and will get a whole lot more.
Likely pseudoephedrine, almost exactly the shape of ephedrine. Ephedrine makes you happy, and so does pseudoephedrine.
Indeed. The distilled water, cornerstone of a clean lab.
And of all cellular-based life, what's your point, Lawbringer?
The ether in the air, a useful solvent. Good for getting acting agent out of a solution.
Make up your mind. First it's the sweat, then it's the ether.
He smiles nervously. There is no need for me to pile on anymore, is there?
No shit.
He sounds tired. In short, you tried to use a police detective to set up a drug lab. I mean this in the nicest way possible. What the fuck were you thinking?
That's...
He waves his hand.
Come on, that's...
Preposterous? Against the law? Punishable by summary execution?
It's not.
His eyes are wide with fear. So what are we going to do with you?
What do you mean, do?
What do you think I mean?
There's resignation in his voice. He's almost ready to drop the act. It wouldn't take a lot of pushing.
We do this lawman style. First you tell me everything. Then I pass judgment.
Or else?
There is an audible clank as he lets a wrench drop into his toolbox. Or else I'll call backup and haul you all off to the pen. For starters.
Okay, man, okay.
He raises his hands.
Things are just so hard for an entrepreneur in this city right now. It's not like we lied when we said we want to turn a church into the wickedest club in East Revachol.
Because we do! We totally do!
We just need to turn it into a speed lab before.
I'll bet.
To get our foot in the door.
And why did you need me?
Like I told you, spooky arseholes moved in while I was getting all this stuff together. A month ago, the place was empty, and now it's all spooked up.
They're not really spooky, are they?
No, man. They're spooky, all right. It's just that they would also probably call the police if we started cooking speed in there.
I'll bet.
But the sign was way off too! I couldn't feel the love at all!
Whatever you think is right, sir. But please, we were only trying to make a living.
This is it. Judgment time.
Ask for a bribe first. Let's see. Arrest them, evict them, proceed with the club, proceed with both, or decide later. You were very fortunate that I got here when I did. Very fortunate that those spooky fellows scared you off long enough for me to get here. If I had come across you setting up a fucking lab in there, and I would certainly be arresting you right now. But as it stands, I have some measure of leniency available to me when it comes to dealing with you, because you haven't yet set up a lab. So here's what you're going to do. You are going to get rid of all of that equipment. Sell it, dump it in the ocean, tear it apart and repurpose its insides for fucking sound equipment. I don't care. And you are going to do this after getting rid of that ether, and at least most of that Nosafed, and probably the distilled water too. Again, dump it, drink it, sell it, I don't care. And then you're going to do this clean. No speed lab, just a club for hypnotic music. Okay? That sound good?
Yeah!
The young man's smile widens to inhuman proportions. His teeth beam in the floodlight. Well, it sure sounds good to Egghead, alright.
I knew it.
The would-be leader drops his spiked head between his knees. Hey, you're getting off really fucking light here, Andre.
It's impossible now.
No, Andre, it's harder now. This hard cop has come to show us how much the fish is, and the fish is always so much more.
What?
We all know there was never going to be a club for hypnotic music with the Speed Lab. Now it has a fighting chance.
Yeah, exactly, Egghead. Also, what's that about a fish?
There needs to be a club for hypnotic music in there. Needs to. Everyone hates each other. Everybody hates it here. It's all just drugs and we're slaves and I can't. We are running out of time. We need a win, Andre.
He looks at you.
I promise this will be a win. We won't cook speed in there. We'll do it clean. We'll do it true. We'll do it sober and real and beautiful. This will be a victory for the light.
I will hold you to that promise, Egghead.
This will be nothing.
Okay then.
You can hear the ice crack underneath you. Outside, the last century waterfront development is crumbling in the wind, a grape-shot row of falling houses. And so is Rue de Saint-Jérôme and all the houses on Main Row. The old cinema is sinking underneath Villa La Bosse.
Pardon? Wait, does anyone feel that?
What?
Nothing. Let's call this incident crime prevention. But I have my eye on you.
Okay, we'll try to do it without the drugs.
He raises his head from between his knees. You better. And if you fail, at least you can hold your head high and say you fucking tried.
We'll do a straight club up in there, spinning the maddest reels, and nothing but. I swear to God. Okay, Egg?
From here on, it'll be straight all the way.
I will hold you to that. All of you.
As always, we'll be right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah!
Fucking A. Alright. That was quite a fucking... Well, that was quite something. Anyway. I should probably organize my inventory at some point. Ugh. Whatever. Hey, Egghead.
A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Walshy tape player, nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says, as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelical secrets,
Hardcore!
Is it?
It's hardcore!
You're just gonna keep saying it's hardcore, aren't you?
Skibber-dee, skibber-danger. I am the rearranger.
Okay.
your cop training did not prepare you for this. What to do? Could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths, you think?
Solve the egghead puzzle. There has to be some way to talk to this person. You just haven't found it yet. It's definitely not about signs. What if you just try again? Find your way out of this maze of things to say. Well, that's certainly not a chaotic task. I mean, I've got a bit more respect for him than I have the others, certainly. He certainly knows what's up with regard to some things more than the others do.
The young man with
least he gives
the
off that
tape
impression.
recorder acknowledges your return. When he looks at you, he squints as though you were the setting sun.
This is hardcore. Hardcore! Hardcore is a mega. Internally coherent.
I was wondering if you knew who killed the mercenary hanging behind the whirling in rags hostel.
Good morning, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yekokata, the place to be.
You said that before. Why is this Yekokata the place to be? What does that mean?
Yekokata is a hardcore place.
Yekokata is an abbreviation from the Gradian term, Zone of Ecological Catastrophe, an agricultural megaproject in the extreme southeast of the Gradian Isola. It involved cutting-edge approaches to irrigation and a completely new type of fertilizer.
Okay.
An intricate system of irrigation networks pockmarking the earth, intermittent seas of phosphorus mud, ripped tarpaulin fluttering in the wind. A pair of molten rubber boots also comes to mind. All in all, a truly hardcore place.
Okay, well that was at least profitable in terms of knowledge and money.
Back to the heavyweight jam. Hardcore.
What if I just say
Hardcore!
nothing at all?
Hardcore, internally coherent. All core. All right. Yeah.
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
Hardcore. Ah.
He lets out an agonized roar over the feeble-ish, obviously not too hardcore beat below. No, but seriously, I'm a little worried that it isn't.
The question is, what is the question?
That would have been good if I had asked you a question, but I didn't. Now it's just idiotic.
But there was a question?
The club. True. Hard. Full. Hardcore. Hardcore is internally coherent. All core.
He furrows.
Hardcore.
The question is, but there was no...
Ah, fuck you.
The club. True. Hardcore. Hardcore. Internal. All core.
He furrows.
Hardcore. Ah.
So hardcore!
Is it though?
He stops dead in his tracks, tilting his head to the side. I was just thinking that a moment ago.
One mind. One spirit. There's no other world. There's no other life.
We're close.
True. Hard. Foot. Hardcore. Hardcore. Internal. All core.
He furrows.
Hard.
Is it though?
It is!
But is it? I mean really?
He tilts his head to the other side, like an owl. The question is, what is the question?
No, but seriously, I'm a bit worried it isn't.
He frowns, then starts bobbing his head back and forth once more. Huh.
The skin on your back is crawling. For a second, you can't even hear the music anymore. There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Ghislain, right next to the canal.
Good to know.
Don't be alarmed. Everything is okay. He isn't actually worried. Everything is still super hardcore. What he probably means is, it could be even more so.
Okay, apparently we solved the puzzle. You said you were worried. What do you think is wrong with the music?
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the hardcore.
He turns pensive all of a sudden.
Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know? For example, take this Arno van Eyck jam I've been pumping for the last month, and will continue pumping for the rest of 51. Isn't something holding it back from being hyper?
He thinks for a moment, then his expression clears.
It's like it's only ultra.
Tragic.
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
If anything, it sounds a bit proto, like it's not fully formed yet. You might be a moribund alcoholic and a failed cop, but you are pretty certain a thing cannot be both proto and hardcore.
How much is the fish?
This is a serious matter. Stop talking about fish. Fish has got nothing to do with this.
It was a serious matter before, and I still have no idea how the fish had anything to do with it.
Psst, hear the would-be leader whisper to his friend, "Don't let him know he doesn't understand the fish thing."
Okay. It's proto, not hardcore at all.
Wow! Culture cop!
That's my name. Don't wear it out.
I think you might be right. But how could it become hardcore then? I know it in my heart, but cannot think it in my head. If this is not hardcore, how could anything be?
Sounds suspiciously like a question. I thought the question was, what is the question?
No! This is the answer!
Okay. Try to think if anything could make it harder core.
What? Guys, there's something happening in his head.
He looks at you with customary amazement. Think even harder.
Oh yeah! He's doing it!
Am I?
But you're not.
Oh.
This is almost certainly a matter that surpasses the limits of reason.
My imagination fails me.
I know! So does mine!
He laughs and shakes his head. Okay. What wouldn't fail me then? Apparently, I've got loads of conceptualizations. So that's probably not it. Endurance, that's what it is, surely. I mean, maybe electrochemistry. Wait a minute, I just remembered something. I'm the police!
Uh-huh.
The young man is bursting with anticipation. And I have a job to do with this absurdity. Goodbye. Nothing. Me being the police isn't going to help us.
Oh.
I can't help you with this right now. I need something else. Something extra. I don't know what that means.
Yeah!
He's not even the slightest bit disappointed. Physical instrument. Challenging 12. Maybe your body can tell you what Arno van Eyck's jam is missing to make it harder core. Huh. Why are there lungs on your belt buckle? There are? Oh. That is odd.
Lungs are for love!
Why would lungs be for love?
When Dolores Day was anointed innocence, her lungs started glowing through her body. For the world loved her, and she loved it back. Yeah!
Huh.
Why wouldn't they be? Are the lungs not the place where you hold the breath of your soul?
I'm pretty sure the lungs is a place where you hold your breath in general. Really?
I think so.
That doesn't sound like a thing that would happen. I don't fucking know what would happen in this fucking world. Well, the lungs are where you hold the breath of your soul, aren't they?
Highly gaily.
I don't know what that means. I've got 2 more points to use. Don't know what I'll use them for. Maybe more encyclopedia so I can have more flexibility with that. I mean, I could try. Sure, why not?
You know
Whoa.
it's in your lungs where the pressure should vibrate. In your heart that's alone. And in your solar plexus where the hits should land. So does every chordate animal.
Fucking A! Just squeeze by. Goddamn. Yeah, what was the +1 modifier for? I don't even remember. Needs more bass.
What?
The young man makes a sudden move, like he's about to turn the volume down. But that would be ridiculous. And a melody. A good melody is what makes a song really stick, so that you can't get out of your head anymore. Point at your head.
Wow, okay. We should start with the melody. But where would we get that stuff from?
I don't know. I was thinking you would know.
I'm sorry. I don't know anything about Nordic music. I'm just the party boy. I get the people going and say it's hardcore.
He feels ashamed he can't be of more service to the future of dance music.
I think you know more than you're letting on, even to yourself. Okay, I'll look into it, in an official capacity. It's up to the police to make the beats go harder. Yeah! I mean, the Police is a pretty good band, so sure.
The young man falls silent with appreciation. He even tries to contain his smile, as if it could hinder your investigation.
Ha! Your smile can never hinder me, Egghead.
Basically, what you need to find here is a tape with some banging music on it, so that Egghead could use it to remix Van Eyck's jam.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe that street hawker across the pawn shop has got some tapes to sell. That's just an idea.
There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane, right next to the canal. A reel of magnetic tape is caught in its branches, like bronze ribbons blowing in the wind.
What does that even mean? It feels cold.
Does it?
He looks around, looking for the cold. Rue de Saint-Gilles. I've been there.
Oh, I know! I know this! I can
Oh?
tell you where it is!
Oh, good. Maybe the stuff that Shivers is saying will finally make sense. I kid, of course. Nothing Shivers says is ever gonna make sense.
St. G is the boulevard before the canal bridge. The one that takes you to the whirling in rags and the industrial harbour. It's got the lanterns and the...
I knew that! I could have said that!
and the mosaic sidewalk.
But it's all blocked with that stupid traffic jam right now. Anyway,
Shake it off, then.
Anyway, that's all yours to figure out, Copman.
Copman!
Alright, goodbye, Egghead.
Alright! Here comes the night!
That was a surprisingly fruitful conversation. You can feel it. This music could hit so much harder. It just needs a few tweaks. Walk back to the canal and see if you can find any tapes that could work as a melody. Then bring them back to Egghead for remixing. Okay. Do I have any tapes at all? I mean, I do have the, one thing, the smallest church in Saint-Saëns. Wherever that is. But I'm not certain that's exactly what they're looking for. Ugh. Oh man, it's fucking already almost midnight. Goddamn. I've got things to do before it gets too late. Hang on. I think I can come back to that version later, though. Okay then, I think I'll end the video here, as it's getting long enough already. That was a surprisingly fruitful time, especially with that very unlikely success there, with a skill that I have jack shit in. In fact, I have a penalty in compared to the physique base. And now our tasks are ever increasing. Oh, I need to get out of here. Music is gonna get to... Music is getting to my head. Ugh. Hey Kim. Had an exciting time in there. So, next time, well, I guess we'll have to tackle our mini tasks. Why was there a little thing beside this? Anyway, yeah, that's another thing we gotta do. Get up on the stage in the evening to sing karaoke, and we've got to talk to the smoker on the balcony. Maybe? He might only be there tomorrow, though. I don't know, it was kind of weird. Anyway, and we've also got to deal with the spookers. Find a tape with a melody. Deal with the dead body. Maybe talk to her again. Oh man. And that's besides all this other stuff we have to do. Plus we gotta figure out what to do with these 2 more skill points that we got. I'm swamped. So hopefully we'll start making progress on some of that stuff next time. Maybe put those points into suggestion. So until then, I have been Joe Bob, and I'm very peeved. And remember, dislike the video, unsubscribe if you're for some reason subscribed, and leave a nasty comment in the comment section down below. Fuck you all so much for watching, and so long, suckers.
You're gonna be okay, kid.